The biggest mistake that I have been making is believing that the reason I am inconsistent with my goals, like waking up early every day or eating healthy, is because I either don't have the motivation or I'm just lazy. But the real reason was that I was not focusing on building healthy habits. But it's okay, it's never too late to start, and thus here I am in my mid 20s trying to build some good habits and this time actually sticking to them. So let's talk about some healthy habits that I have been following consistently and how I'm sticking to them this time around. Habit number one is reading. So let's start with reading. I have been making a consistent effort and a goal to read for at least 30 minutes every single day. Now, I have been reading since I was a kid. I used to be a huge reader, but due to my busy lifestyle from the past few years, especially juggling so many things like full-time job, studying, being a content creator, gym, and having a social life, I used to get so little time to read. And for a person who used to read like one book every single week, I was finishing like 10 books in a year, which I have always said this, that numbers don't matter, how many books you read don't matter, but if you want to set personal goals for yourself, that's completely up to you. So this year I set a personal goal to read 40 books this year, and I think I'm on book number 32nd right now, which and I think I'm doing very well. So this has happened because I have made significant changes in my life so that I can incorporate reading in my daily life as much as I can. So let's talk about what I am doing to actually make this happen. So, like I mentioned, firstly, I have been dedicating 30 minutes every single day to read. Now, I do this by writing it in my schedule. So, whenever I make my to do list, either at the end of the day or early morning, I always put a reading pointer in there because I know in my mind that I have a task which is called reading in my to-do list, which I need to strike off from my list. The second change that I did was I swapped using my phone before bed with reading. Now, like every other person in this world, like most of the people in this world, I also had a habit of scrolling through my phone, scrolling through Instagram reels right before going to bed. Now, this has so many negative effects on your body. I have talked about this a lot of times in my previous videos as well, and so I'm not going to repeat that, but in very brief, it not only disrupts your sleeping cycle because of the white light, but it also wastes a lot of your time because you might think that I'm going to scroll for 15 minutes, and the Instagram algorithm, we all know how addicting it is, and those 15 minutes will end up turning into like an hour minimum, and you won't even realize that. And when you're going to bed, you will go to bed with a very disheartened and guilty feeling, which is something that you don't want. So what I do is I pick up my phone, I set an alarm, put it on airplane mode, and just put it aside. And I open a book, any book that I'm currently reading, and read for around 30 minutes while having a good cup of chamomile tea or water or anything. But just swap your phone with reading. Next thing that I do is I carry a book everywhere I go. Now, no matter where you're going, if you're going to an appointment or if you are going on your commute to your office, college, whatever, you will get some time to read. I have seen this so many times. Like, for example, if I'm waiting in a queue, if I'm waiting for my dentist appointment, or if I'm in the metro on the way to the office or anywhere, we always get a little bit of time to read. And so if you have your book with you or your Kindle with you, it is so easy for you to get some reading done instead of just taking out your phone mindlessly and scrolling through Instagram reels. My next tip is to use Goodreads. Now, if you guys don't know what is Goodreads, it's an app that lets you track your reading. So you can make a reading goal over there, and you can input, which book that you're reading currently, and you can rate books, you can write reviews to different books. You can also find and discover, explore different books based on genre or based on what people are currently reading the most. So it makes reading in some sort of a fun game so that you are tracking it, and it keeps you a little motivated as well, that I have reached 90% of my reading goal or 60% of my reading goal, and thus it makes it a little bit more fun. Now, I made a video called how to read more books a few weeks back. I will link that above in the cards. So you can go watch that video if you want to learn more about how you can actually read more. Our second habit is to eat more healthy home cooked food. Now, I'm the kind of person that if I don't feel like cooking or if I don't have the time or the energy, I will just go and order something. And 60% of the time, it is not really as healthy as we think it is. Because to be very honest, we don't know what kind of ingredients are being put in what you're ordering. So even if you're ordering something healthy like a rice bowl or a salad, you don't know what kind of dressings are added in detail. You don't know how much butter was added, how much oil was added. So if you are someone who really wants to is on a strict diet, it's not a very healthy option to order food from outside most of the time. And so I have been making a consistent effort that I avoid ordering as much as I can and make more home cooked food. Now, I know that this is easier said than done. It is not at all easy to do this, especially if you live alone and you have a full time job, or if you live alone and you have to commute to college and you just don't have enough time to cook every single day. I know that struggle. And so here are a few things that I have been doing which has made this process for me a bit easier. First thing that I have been doing is I kind of plan what I'm going to eat throughout the week. Now, I say I kind of plan because I do not plan everything to the T. I do not plan all of my meals for all of the days, but I do have an idea of like a 4 to 5 recipes that I'm going to make throughout the week for my lunch. And of course, you can repeat a couple of recipes here and there, but at least have like 4 to 5 recipes in different recipes in your mind before you enter your week. Now, second is to prep some ingredients in advance. Now, if I'm the kind of person, I have noticed that I tend to eat most unhealthy food when I am very hungry or either I don't have the energy. So it is like if I'm very extremely hungry, I don't care uh, about anything. If there is something that I see, I just eat that, no matter if it's healthy or it's not. And thus this was a very big hindrance to my fitness journey and led to a lot of weight gain. And thus what I have started doing is meal prepping a few things. Now, I'm the kind of person I like to eat fresh food, so I won't meal prep throughout, for the full week, but I do prepare a few ingredients. For example, I will cook some quinoa that I can eat for like 2 days, or I will chop some vegetables up, or I will marinate the chicken and put it in the freezer, and so on. I noticed this process became so much easier for me when I made some healthy protein snacks. Now, I will link a few recipes down below in the caption. So, it is when you are extremely hungry and you know that you have to cook food, but you are very hungry and you just don't have the patience. So, you can just take out like one piece of this energy snack and just have that and be a little full so that you get the energy of now cook your dinner or your lunch. Now, another thing that has really helped me is keeping some ready to eat healthy items in my fridge. For example, having Greek yogurt and having nuts, seeds, granola. So these are the things that if you can just munch upon, or having fruit, having vegetables in your fridge, just keep them handy and ready. So that you don't tend to gravitate towards having chips or having sugary stuff, and you can just take some Greek yogurt out and have that while you are preparing your dinner. Now, I would also recommend you to follow a couple of cooking pages on Instagram so that whenever you're scrolling, it gives you some interesting recipe ideas so that it keeps this whole process of cooking your own food a little bit interesting. I know it can get boring when you are eating the same thing like 3 days a week or 4 days a week. And so it really helps when you have some nice, easy to cook ready in 15 minutes kind of recipes saved in your Instagram, and you can just refer to them whenever you don't really know what you are going to cook. Now, habit number 3 is to incorporate some daily movement. Now, I make a very conscious effort to incorporate some movement every single day in my daily routine. Now, this does not mean that I'm not telling you to work out every single day, have an intense workout session, because that is just not possible. Because our body needs rest, plus, we don't really have that much amount of time to work out 2 hours a day, 7 days a week. But I'm just saying that you should try to make an effort to move your body. This will lead to more energy, plus it will also improve your confidence and of course your physical and mental health. We all know what are the benefits of working out regularly. Some changes that I have made in my lifestyle that helps me, that lets me do this every single day, is first of all, I have started working out in the mornings instead of in the evenings. Earlier, I used to work out in the evenings, and now that I've started doing that in the morning, I've seen a significant change in my overall day. First of all, I have more time. I don't know how it works, but I feel like my days have become so much longer. I have so much time to do things that I really wanted to do. Earlier, it was like I used to sleep late and I used to wake up late, and then it was just office work, 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 and then getting ready for the gym. And every day I used to have in my mind that I have to go to the gym, I have to go to the gym. And if there is any plan, any impromptu plan that came up, like my friends wanted to meet me or I had to go somewhere, anything, that used to I had to miss my gym, which was not a good feeling for me. And when I've started working out in the mornings, it has given me a more buffer time, you can say, in the evenings. I can do what I want to do when I log out from my work. I have so much of time. I can just, read a book, or I can study, or I can make plans with my friends and also have a workout in. Plus, when you start your day early and you get a workout in, it makes you feel so much productive and accomplished that now I have such a fresh mind and I can just get on with my day and give my best. I have been mixing cardio, strength training, and yoga into my routine. I would also recommend you to switch it up a little bit, because earlier I used to do just weight training, and that made things a little bit boring for me. So now that I have created a split in such a way that I have weight training as well, I have some cardio as well, and I have yoga, it has made things more interesting for me. Plus, my overall physical health has also improved because I'm targeting, everything, every aspect of your physical health. Another thing that I have started doing as a part of this habit of daily movement is getting my steps in. I have set this fitness goal of incorporating 10,000 steps every single day. And so I would also highly recommend you to set any fitness goal for yourself. It can be to hit gym 5 days a week. It can be to get your steps done, 8 to 10,000 steps done every single day, or it can be to do some daily morning stretches or evening stretches, anything that you are just moving your body in any way. It can be you're doing a dance session, you're doing Pilates, you're doing weight training, you're doing yoga, you're doing some stretching, you're going on hikes, you're going to run, you're going on walk. There are so many things that you can do. So just see, experiment a bit and see what works for you. Even if you are very busy and you don't have like 2 hours every single day to spend in gym, it's completely fine. Just see what works for you and try to stick to that. I would also like to add here that rest and recovery are equally important. Just because you need to work out every single day doesn't mean that you don't give your body the rest it needs. It can lead to injuries as well. So take a rest day, just go for a long walk on that day and take it slow in the beginning and gradually build up. I am not a professional trainer, but these are some things that I'm sharing with my own personal experience. Now, next habit is sleeping on time. Let me tell you how things used to be before. I used to go to bed at like 2 to 3 a.m. and thus wake up at like 10 a.m. or 10:30 a.m., log in into work and do my, like I said, just work, work, work. And then after work, I used to get ready, go to the gym, come back from gym. I used to feel very tired. Then I used to read for a little bit. I just did not have the energy to study. For example, I just did not have the energy to do things that required a bit more brain power because my brain just wasn't fresh at that particular point of time. And plus, if when I was waking up late, it also, I was starting my day with a very unproductive note, and I was starting my day with so much guilt that I have wasted so many hours of my day. But from the past 1.5 to 2 months, I have been sleeping by 11 p.m. max to max, and I'm up by 7 a.m. So I get up at 7 a.m. I have so much of time. I have 1 hour to do my entire morning routine, and that too very calmly and without any, rush in my head. I'm not in any kind of rush. I feel like I have all the time in the world. I just do my morning routine, what I do every single day. I have my warm lemon water with chia seeds. Then I read a book along with that. I have a pre-workout snack. I do my skincare. I go to the gym. I come from the gym. I have a healthy breakfast, and all of this is done by like 10:30 a.m. By 10 a.m., that is before I log into work. And earlier, when I used to sleep very late, I used to start my day at 10:30 a.m. So it's crazy how much you can get done once you start waking up early. And now I'm realizing that, everything that our parents say, that just start waking up early and 50% of your problems will be solved. And that is actually true. That is what I'm realizing now in my mid 20s. But like I said, it's never too late to start. So if you're also the kind of person whose sleeping schedule is fucked like mine was, I would recommend you to just give waking up a little bit earlier a try. I know that it is a very gradual process. It took me some time as well. So make this a gradual change. Don't think that if you wake up at 9 a.m., you will be able to wake up at 6:30 a.m. or 7 a.m. Just start with like 30 minutes earlier and then gradually increase this. I've also made a couple of videos on how you can also wake up early and not feel tired and wake up early easily. So I will leave those videos up in the cards, but I will share a few things on what I did that made this change very easy for me. Firstly, like I said, I did not use my phone at all before bed. I have switched it with reading, and that has actually improved my sleep quality as well and helped me fall asleep so much faster. Secondly, I do not keep my phone very close to my bed. I keep it on my study table. So I have my bed, there's a bedside table. I do not keep my phone there. I keep it over here so that I have to walk these like 4 steps to actually pick up the phone and turn off the alarm. So what happens is, even if you are waking up early, even if you are not snoozing your alarm when you are keeping your phone on the bedside table, chances are that you're just going to open Instagram and scroll in the bed for like 10-15 minutes. But when you have your phone away from you and you just pick it up and turn off your alarm, chances are very less that you will pick up that phone again and lie into bed and start scrolling. So that is why I keep my phone away. And that is the second step. Now, third tip is to create a sleep inducing environment. Now, we all know that white lights hinder with your sleep. So what I do is just turn off the harsh lights and turn on your bedside lamp or any your cozy lights. That will help you fall asleep faster and relax your calm down your mind. Last tip that I want to give to you in this is to limit your sugar and your caffeine intake, especially during the evenings. Now, I did not have a problem with that. I don't really like coffee that much, and so I did not really struggle with this, but I did struggle with eating sugar. And so even if I'm craving sugar, I just had that in like a mid-morning snack or in my in early evening, and not have that late during the late evening. So even if you are a coffee lover, try having that either not first thing in the morning, but like as a mid-morning thing, or in your early evening or after your lunch, and not when you are just before going to the bed or late evening. Habit number 5 is called JOMO. That means joy of missing out. So this was a trend some time back of people saying that you should practice JOMO instead of FOMO. So FOMO means fear of missing out. So what this habit basically means is that if there is something that you don't really want to do, you just know this from your heart that you don't want to do, and your other friends and your peers are doing it, just do not feel bad about it. You do not have to be everywhere, and you do not have to do everything that other people are doing. You should enjoy missing out on things that you don't really want to do. For example, if there is a party that you don't know, that you won't really enjoy over there, or you don't know a lot of people over there, it's out of your comfort zone in such a way that it will drain your energy. You just don't have energy for that, or you have something other important stuff to do, or you're not really close to those people who are throwing the party, you don't really like them. Just don't feel bad about saying no. Just say no more often. It's completely fine. Do your thing. Even let your friends go. Don't think about that. So spend your time with you yourself alone in your house. Do things that you enjoy to do. If you didn't really want to go to that party in the first. This is something that I used to be so bad at. I used to say so bad at saying no to friends catching up or dinners or things like that. Even if I did not really want to go, I just went with it. But now I have started incorporating saying no more often. And if it is something that I know that I don't really want to do, I just don't do it. You don't have to do everything that others are doing. Now, habit number 6 is journaling. I'd like to give a small disclaimer that I do not journal every single day. It is not something that I can do. I do not have the time, the energy, and the patience to do that. But of course, there are a lot of people who journal every single day, and if it works for you, please go ahead. But it does help me when I'm feeling extremely overwhelmed. So whenever I'm feeling extremely sad, anxious, overwhelmed, and I just cannot get my mind straight, and my closest friends or my parents are not there at the moment to talk to me about that, and it is something that I can't really share with a lot of people. I've noticed that jotting it down on a piece of paper really helps you calm your. This process is actually so easy and very effective as well. Do give it a try once. It is like you just have to vomit everything that you are feeling right now, all of your bad feelings, and it will bring so much peace to your mind. It is such a safe place to just let all of your true feelings flow. Now, habit number 7 is to romanticize everything. Now, if you guys don't know what romanticizing means, it is basically you are thinking that you are the main character. Your life is a movie and you are the main character. You are the it girl. You are that girl. And it just means that you are doing everything that you want to do in a very aesthetic manner, and thus it makes things so much fun. For example, if you are studying, you can make it aesthetic. You can romanticize it by lighting a candle or turning on the cozy lights, and you can make your desk a bit aesthetic, do some simple desk decor. All of these things can make this whole process of studying a little bit more fun. So it is that the things that are not really fun to do, you are actually trying to make them fun and trying to fool yourself into thinking that those are some fun things to do, and thus you are more inclined towards doing those things without thinking that, I just don't want to do that. Another example is that if you are going to the gym, you put on a cute outfit, look good, feel good. Or if you are going on walks, you put on a podcast and you put on a cute outfit again, and you're going on like your hot girl walk and stuff like that. Now, the last habit that I have been working on consistently is called habit tracking. Now, habit tracking is a habit that makes sure that you are actually sticking to all of your habits. We all know what are habit trackers. In case you don't know, it is basically a way to make sure that you are following all the habits that you want to follow. So you have your list of habits at one place, and on the right side, you have your days. And every day, when you do a particular habit, you just have to strike off that particular day. So currently, I am using this particular habit tracker. I love switching up habit trackers, every few months. And this is such a great way because in just one glance, I can see that, okay, these are the day, this is the habit that I need to work upon. I'm not following this particular habit more frequently. Plus, when it is something that you actually have to strike off at the end of the day, it actually keeps you a bit accountable. It keeps you in check that you are, yourself a bit motivated to do that particular habit, because you know that at the end of the day, you have your habit tracker that you have to strike off. I will leave the link of a few habit trackers down below in the description. Do check them out if you also want to be serious about your habit tracking. So that is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Do let me know in the comments down below which habit you will be sticking to this month. And always remember that building a habit is a gradual process. It takes a couple of months, and thus incorporating things like habit trackers can really change the game for you. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.